Flosstube, welcome to Creative Whim Studio. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Teresa Koget. This is a Flosstube video about mostly cross stitching. I have another Flosstube or another YouTube channel that is more about my art that I'm getting ready to fire that back up. I haven't really, well, since Vlogmas, I do Vlogmas on that channel. Since then, I haven't really put anything on there, but I want to get back into doing some vlogging, and I'm getting back into painting and doing some more creative things of that sort that will be on that channel. And I'll have a link below where you can go and subscribe to that one if you'd like as well. So anyways, what have I been up to? Well, after my last video, I went on a girls trip, and as you all know, it's a girls stitching trip. Let's be specific about that. I love all girl trips, don't get me wrong, but when it pertains to getting together with Stitchy Friends, it's just amazing. So we rented an Airbnb, and these ladies, so I'm going to insert pictures as I'm yapping. Donna and I met, I don't even know what year it was, but oh, it was a long time ago, and she actually took a punch needle class from me at Holly Hills Primitives. Now, Holly Hills Primitives is no longer open. It was a very primitive shop. It was back when they had it at the mill in downtown Holly, Michigan. If any of you are in this area, you may remember that store. But Don and Dick, they owned it, and they did shows and all kinds of things. But anyways, I taught punch needle there, and Donna came to it. And Donna loves to say, yeah, I took her punch needle class and I didn't learn anything. And I'm like, yeah, because you're that student that talks all the time. But actually, it wasn't just her talking. Her and I just like clicked and hit it off, and we talked about cross stitch a lot. After I was done doing the teaching and helping each student, you know, and then Donna and I just talk. Anyway, so she lives about an hour from me. She actually goes to the church that my brother-in-law and sister-in-law go to. And she's one of my model stitchers. She's known as the Biscornu Queen. Anyways, she hosts stitching gatherings at her house. We've just become pretty close. Her and I went up, she went with me to Stitches and Blooms up in Alpena, Michigan, and that was maybe 2 videos ago, so you probably saw pictures of her there. Anyways, so I met Chris and Kathy through Donna at her stitch gatherings at her house. Then last year in July, the 4 of us drove to Tulsa, Oklahoma for the Silver Needle Retreat, and it was a total blast. It was with Stacy Nash and Vicki Jennett of Needlework Press, and we had such a great time. It was so much fun. It was a 14-hour drive, but we took 2 days to get there and 2 days to get home. And there was 6 people per table, and we only had 4 people. So that first day, I happened to be looking down, getting something out of my bag, and I heard Donna say, "You too, would you like to sit with us?" And these 2 ladies came and sat with us, and they introduced themselves. It was Teresa and Elisa, and they were sisters. They are sisters. And one of them lives, okay, I got to get it straight, E-Town, Elizabethtown, Kentucky. That's where Elisa's from. Hot Springs, Arkansas. That's where Teresa's from. So anyways, we hit it off splendidly. We had so much fun together, and we decided that weekend that we were gonna run an Airbnb and hang out together this spring. So we did, and it was fabulous. So that kind kind of leads me into, well, let me talk about this. We did a little gift exchange, a little smalls exchange, I should say. So if you brought a smalls, you were in on it. And I will insert a picture here of my smalls exchange. I showed it in my last video. It was not FFO'd. I was just done stitching it. Teresa picked mine. So what we did is I had all of the smalls. They were, you know, in gift bags, and I lined them up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I had numbers. And so if you drew number 1, you picked the first bag. Number 2 got the. So we did it that way, so nobody could say, "Oh, I saw so and so brought theirs in this bag, and I want theirs," you know, that kind of thing. So, anyways, it was kind of funny because Teresa's initials is TK, mine is TK. She got mine, and I got hers. Let me show you. Okay, so that was mine. That is a ornament from March or February. Actually, I think it was February in my Patreon. It's an ornament. It's available in the secret shop if you are one of my Patreon members. Uh-oh, did I not get it out? Oh, it's in here. And so this is what Teresa stitched and had framed. And it's just so precious. It's so precious. Look how cute. The only thing I know about this design is that it is something cricket. They said cross-eyed cricket. I think cross-eyed cricket, or there was another name. Anyway, I wish I had all the details for you, but I don't. Anyways, it's a retired pattern as far as I know. Pretty sure it's retired. I don't know the name of the pattern. I know nothing other than, look at that bunny with that pink alphabet behind it. And the frame she chose matches so perfectly. So, yay! It's so adorable. Thank you so much, Teresa. I love it. Oh my gosh, look at her stitches. You guys, look at her stitches. They're absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. The other thing that we did is, you know, kind of like at a retreat, you give little gifts to your table mates. So some of us kind of did that. And some of us didn't have time, and totally get it. So let me show you what Kathy gave us. Because she has led me down a total rabbit hole. Oh my gosh, that girl. So Kathy, the first day, she gave us these super cute floss drops. Look how adorable these are. They're all the same. Super cute. Then, the next day, she comes out of her room and she throws down all these library cards, and we got to pick one. And I didn't know that's what she was doing. I thought she was just showing us things that she made. Well, this happened to be the first one I picked up. And then she goes, "Yeah, you each get one." And I'm like, "What? I can have this?" I was like, oh my gosh. So look at, she took Sylvia's running with, I gotta get out of here. Get out of the frame there. Running with needles and scissors. I'll put it up here if I'm wrong. But anyway, that's Sylvia's little logo, the little bunny. Look at, he's carrying the scissors. It's so adorable. So she gets library cards and then she decorates this. Isn't it just amazing? So the reason I said that it sent me down the rabbit hole. Oh, let me do the last one. And then the third day, she gave us all one of these. And her husband did this. She had all these vintage yardsticks, and he cut them down and sanded the edges and not laminated, but like put some sort of coating on there, and then put this in there. Super cool. Very handy for having in your stitchy bag. So I'm going to put a little, I don't know, lobster claw. That's what I'm thinking of, and having that in my stitchy bag. So anyway, back on the library card. I have been wanting for over a year. It's been very concerning to me. I've been wanting to somehow right on all the backs of my pieces, or you know, I was actually thinking of using the stickers, because I have some stickers that you can put on the back of pieces. But I love this idea more because, first of all, because you can decorate it, but also I think you have a lot more information you can put on here than on one of those stickers. The reason I want to do this is because, you know, I'm not going to live forever. And all of these models that I've had created, or stitched, I should say, by model stitchers, when I pass away, I don't want my family to think I stitched all these. I mean, Kyle would know for sure because he works here, but, you know, I don't want them to have to try to find the book to figure out who stitched it. Or, you know, I think everything should be labeled. I'm going to put, you know, that I designed it. It was stitched by so-and-so on this, using these, you know, whatever. And then, you know, it's in my Bright Stars book or something like that. And then if it's something that I stitched, then I would put, you know, who the designer was and that I stitched it. You know, anyway, I just so that when I am gone, they know what I personally stitched would probably be way more valuable to them than something else. Then again, my stitching isn't as good as my model stitcher, so they might say, oh, I really like this design. Anyways, that's gonna all be up to them. But so yeah, I need to get on that. And so I've ordered some, and you'll see in my haul, I got some. They're not as good as these. Hers are nice and thick. And you know, when you order something on Amazon, you can't tell, obviously, how thick the paper is. And I'm afraid the ones that I bought are gonna curl up. Plus, this has, the whole back is a peel-off adhesive, where mine came with like separate adhesive things to use. I don't know. I'm gonna see if she has a link or somehow can tell me where she got hers. I have some other ones on order too that might be better, but we'll see. So anyways, yeah, so she just decoupage stuff on here. You know, I don't know if you can tell, but like this black piece is separate. This is separate. The bunny, I think she put papers down and then put the bunny over it, or maybe the bunny is a stamp. It's possible it's a stamp, I'm not sure. But anyway, I think it would be, sorry about that, my card was full and I had to delete a bunch of stuff off it. I didn't even know what I was talking about now, but oh, I just think that it would be really fun to create those, have fun with it, and then like I'm gonna, you know, work and try to get like 5 done, and then I'm gonna go at my house and put them on 5 of the backs of things and just try like every week to work on that. So my Witchy Paintin' Wednesday, I want to fire that back up, so I think I'm going to work on those during Witchy Paintin' Wednesday. That would be so fun. Okay, so that was what Kathy gifted to us. Then Elisa and Teresa gave us these amazing bags. Look at that pattern, it's really pretty. I love the colors of it. There's a tag on here that I can take off and put on a project bag. There is a lobster claw with all kinds of cute charms on them. And so each bag was like a color theme, and my theme was pink. There were more things in here that are gone now. Teresa makes pizzelles from scratch, and there's almond in it, and they are the best pizzelles I've ever had. I've only had them actually, I've tried to buy them at the store. Terrible. And then the first time I ever had them was my friend's mother-in-law. She's Italian, and she made some and she shared them with me. So in this bag there were other things. Oh, was this what the candy was in? I don't know. There was a bag full of candy. I did eat some of it, and then I gave the rest to the grandkids. And then, so my theme was pink. So there's a couple washi tapes with pink color and a pink skein of DMC. And then they made these cute little needle minders that you can't see. And I love how they finish the backs of them with a button. Super cute. This. Now, this is really exciting. So Teresa wanted a solution for her projects. She, like me, uses floss bags or floss away bags. That's how I use mine, or that's what I use for all my projects. But she was having a hard time opening them, and I have to say, I did get a batch of them in one time, and I could not open them, and it tore. The bag actually tore before, and like it wouldn't even open. So I just think you can get a bad batch of them. She said she had to cut hers open to get her floss out because they wouldn't open. So she was looking for an alternative way of doing her projects. Now look, Project Designer. I'm gonna have the links below. She shared all the links with us. So these little bags, look at these. Isn't that amazing? You can put, oh, I forgot there were stickers in there. Anyways, these are just little zip bags that you can put in there. And then these are smaller bags. So there's one here and one here, and they just have like a flap closure. Jeez, I cannot talk. So you can put, you know, so if you have a lot going on, or maybe you can put 2 projects in here. And then I love this kind of closure. There's like little indentations in this little folio. And there you have all your floss, all nice and neat. So that is very handy, and it's just another alternative for people that are looking for one. Another thing that's really cool about this, it doesn't have to even be for cross stitch. You could put your coupons in here. I'm not a coupon person, but stickers, organizing your stickers, perfect. I mean, if you wanted to put all kinds of like ephemera in here and take it on the road, if you wanted to do a little bit of crafting on the road or something. Very cool. So I'll have the links below for all of that. And then these, I'm not sure if these came with it or they just gave those to us, but this is very cool. Was this Teresa's daughter or Elisa's daughter? Oh gosh, now I feel silly. I want to say it was Teresa's daughter. I'm pretty sure it's Teresa's daughter. Yes, has a, it's not a cricket, it's a different name. I don't remember. It's not a cricket though. But anyway, she made all these stickers for us. So each one of us got all these stickers. Yeah, I guess put them right in front of my face. Look at that one. So she went to Etsy and purchased the art in order to make these stickers. And they're all Stitchy related. So cute. What is this one? That one says floss. And then that one says, isn't that awesome? So that's very cool. So thank you, Teresa and Elisa. I love it. So while I was there, I worked on, I probably should have showed you the other one first. Well, the one that I made most progress on, I'll show you next. But the hometown sale is cruising right along. Today's the 15th of April, so I just dropped page 16. So we only have 8 more months to go. So just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we're gonna be done. I just, like, it's mind-blowing to me how fast this really went. So, I mean, as you can see, I have some details left out. Like I have to put, I don't even know what it says. I wanna say that one's hooked rugs because it's got all the sheep around it. But I think, I don't know, but they all the little stores, most of the little stores say something on them. So what I did since last time is I filled in the house, and then I did that while I was there. Since I've been home, I put the little book sign, which the white's not really showing up well. I may end up changing that. Put in this little vine. I filled in the rest of the sidewalk. I started this tree, and then last night I was just desperate to get any kind of stitching done, and I think I spent maybe 20 minutes, half an hour, and I stitched the 2 little beehives and started on the chimney on that one. So it's cruising along, and I'm super excited. So this page 16 finishes out this part. This will be page 17, 18, 19, 20, yeah, 21, 22, 23, 24. So it's 4 across. So yeah, I'm quite a bit ahead because I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going. I feel bad to constantly be talking about where this comes from. This is from my Patreon group. Sorry. So if you are in tier 4, then you get each month for free. Like the current, like when you, like let's say you join today, you would get April's with your membership. Then you, if you stay a tier 4 member until the end of the year, you would get all the rest of them with your membership. You can then go in the secret shop and purchase pages 1 through 15 for $1 each. So it's not a bad deal. Tier 2, tier 3, you have to buy each month's page and you're a month behind. So then when we're done, so December 2025, we will be done with this sale, and I will then get it fully professionally framed, and I will then release the pattern. So I thought about holding it off till market, but I might do a January release on this. Just depends on how fast I can get it framed and all that jazz, you know. Oh, and I started a punch needle when I was there. The punch needle I was working on was for Park Designs. They are going to make hooked products out of it. So like a hooked rug, a runner, chair pads, those type of things. And they're calling it Cheshire Cat. It won't come out until, is that mid-year? I can't remember if it's coming out this year or the beginning of next year. I can't remember. But so look for that. I'll pop up a picture here. I got the cat completely punched while I was there, and well, the cat and the grass I got done while I was there on the girls' trip, and then I did the rest of it the Monday after I got home. So I did a little punch needle while I was there. The one that I worked the most on was Love and Mercy. So Love and Mercy is the Divine Mercy, part of the Divine Mercy prayer. And I didn't iron it. I thought about ironing it, but I'm so close to being done and I can give it a final iron. So I would have had this finished by now, but I ran out of my floss. I'm so sad. So this is the entire prayer. This is what it will look like when it's done. I'm stitching it on 40 count Brea from Needle and Flax. I'm using Valdani 0533 Golden Autumn. And it's perfect on this fabric. So while I was there, I got all of the rest of the words done. I think I'm gonna have to unpick Amen and move it over. I don't know. I'll know more once I get mine, but it doesn't look centered to me. I don't know. I don't have the trumpet on this angel, so it might be okay. So anyway, while I was there, I finished all the words. I got all the way down to the bird. So I finished the words and I got to right here. And then when I got home, I stitched Monday a lot on the, yeah, because Monday was the day I ran out. Or was it Tuesday? I don't know. But I stitched all that. I think that was Monday. And then Tuesday, I was way up here. And I stitched all of that Tuesday and got down here and ran out of floss. And then I was frantic. I flew down here to the studio and I looked through all my Valdani floss, and guess what? I didn't have it. Which leads me to haul. I ordered some. I looked all over. You know, I could have obviously ordered right from Valdani, but if I'm going to order from them, I'm going to place a sizable order, and I didn't know how long it would take coming from Canada. So I just did like a Google search, and I got 2 skeins of it. I only need one, part of one, but I thought, you know, I love it so much, I'm going to have it on hand. But I ordered from Hobby House, and I'm like, I can't just order 2 skeins of floss from them. So I got some pretty scissors too that you can't see in that packaging. And now you can see how pretty my scissors are. Yeah, they accompanied my skeins of floss. Super pretty. So now I cannot wait. Tonight I'm stitching on this till it's done. You know what? I better put that floss right in this project bag by one of my BFFs. Oh shoot. Dot Goose Designs. Such a pretty bag. So when I was stitching on my hometown sale on the girls' weekend, there was a slub in the fabric. By the way, I'm stitching that on, it's Fox and a Rabbit Up in the Attic, I think. If it's not, I'll put the correct one down here, 40 count. Anyways, they were saying when you get, because like this slub, like it wasn't just a fat part, it like had some fraying that was sticking up on the side that my stitching would be on, and it just looked bad. And they said you should purchase, I ended up using a needle. It was a bug, I swear, unless it was one of those floaters in my eye. Sorry. And I used the back of the needle, and I kept pushing on it, and I ended up getting it to go down to the back side of the fabric. But they were mentioning using a super teeny tiny crochet hook. So I immediately got on Amazon and purchased one. I don't know that you really need to see that, but it's like super small. What does it say? It's a 0.5 millimeter. And they said you can go up there and grab it and pull it down. So I'm going to keep that in my arsenal of stitchy goodness. And the other thing that I got, that Kathy let me borrow some of her tape because I was working on hometown sale again. It was being a pain in the butt evidently. And I was trying to, like the house, it was like part of the house was on one page, part of the house was on the other page, and I was getting all mixed up, and I didn't have any tape. And she had some highlighter tape, and it's really nice because it's not super sticky. You can put it on there and it comes off easily without tearing the paper, and you can get it in different colors. So I bought some purple highlight tape. You can tape your pieces together. You can, you can put it down on the line that you're on, peel it up, stick it down to the next line if you want. I didn't want it for that purpose, but I wanted it to be able to tape my pieces together. So that I got from Amazon too. What other haul did I get? So the other haul that I got was, I belong to the Roxy Floss Co Fabric Club, and for March 2025, I got 36 count linen called Powder Puff. Oh my goodness, it's so pretty. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. I figured with the white it would help. It's like a very faint pink, like a real pale pink. It's very, very pretty. There we go. Isn't that pretty? I think maybe right there is better. There you go. Beautiful. And with that, they sent us a free chart from Maximum Cross Stitcher. Or no, Maximum Cross Stitch, sorry. It says, I'm sure there is magic in everything. Ellen of Maximum Cross Stitch. It looks like an original design to me. It looks like something that she designed. Isn't it pretty? So pretty. And then last but not least, I was on my way home from my girls' weekend, and I was coming down M15, so I had to hit Mike's Antiques just to see what they had, and fell in love with this book and the color of it. Love the color of that book. So cool. And then I found this bowl that I thought would be great for staging, for putting pillows in, or, anyways, just for my photography. So I'm always looking for things like that. So it's a wooden bowl. I don't know how old it is or anything, but it's carved, like hand carved. Anyway, super cool. So that's all for haul. Then all I have left now, well, I got a couple things. So the spring punch needle Primitive Stitcher magazine is out. Such an amazing value. If you don't belong to this magazine, like don't have a subscription, you need to get one. I haven't even looked at it actually, but it's always full of delightful surprises in there. But I will show you my contribution to it. This is called Peaceful Dove. I can tell you firsthand that this is a very quick punch because I was late with it, and so I started punching it one day in the afternoon. I finished it the next morning, wrote the instructions, fully finished it, and got it to her because I was late. So, because I forgot. You know, market just consumes my life. So anything that's due in the spring, like my fabric line, this, I just, like, it's gone. So anyway, that's my contribution to that. So let me look at my notes, but yes. So the last thing I want to show you are finishes that people sent in to me. So first is Kimberly Slaughter Reynolds on Instagram. Actually, I asked her if I could share it, and she said please do. So here it is. This is Lily's Chickens. This was a Patreon March of 2025. So thank you, Kimberly, for letting me share that. And next we have Dot Goose Denise, my sweet friend. She also stitched it and got hers fully finished. She stitched hers on 40 count cream brulee by R&R. She changed the blue to Weeks Dye Works Jaybird. And I will have a link down below to Denise's Etsy shop for her amazing project bag. So go check her out and support her. And also to the video where she shows her FFO of Lily's Chickens. She did a great job finishing it. And then we have Hope and Love. Hope and Love is available as a PDF download in my Etsy shop. That's the only way you can get it right now. It is something that I'm stitching and hope to release, you know, in paper form someday. But it's a fundraiser for little Lincoln, who just turned 4. I think he just turned 4. Yeah, he just turned 4, and he was diagnosed with cancer. And so his mom, you know, she quit her job to stay home with him and their daughter. I wanted to help raise money for them because that's the loss of the income, and then the extra expenses is just astronomical. So I designed this, Hope and Love, and all $10 go directly to them. I don't take out the Etsy fees or anything, so they get the full $10. And we have raised close to $20,000. I'm hoping that we continue to sell it. Let's put it that way. So if you haven't gotten your copy of Hope and Love, please go and do so. But this first one was finished by Donna Ernst, and I just want to read you this heartwarming email that she sent. Hi Teresa, I just wanted to show you my finish except for the date of Hope and Love sampler. I finished the entire top border and had to frog it and start over. I want to personalize where the date is to Faith number 5. Number 5 was Brian's baseball number. Mark Teixeira, who played for the Yankees at the time, came to visit my son and wrote Faith 5 inside his own baseball cap during spring training. He invited us to the Yankees home opener after Brian passed away and gave us the cap he wore. Every stitch, even the frog and restitch, was a prayer that God will heal this precious little boy. My son was in and out of the hospital for all week-long treatments every other week, plus in between for blood transfusions, infections, fevers, pains, etc., from the age of 16 to barely 19. He passed away 5 days past his 19th birthday. Those last 2 weeks were spent in the hospital, and both dates fall in March. It was a goal to finish it before my son's B-Day on March 11th, and I made it except for the personalization. I hope you can share an update on Lincoln. I pray that both he and his family are feeling all the prayers and that they are getting good news. My son loved all the little ones in the hospital. It broke his heart to see them going through this. He used to try and get to their rooms in a wheelchair just to talk to them and make them smile and laugh, even if it was for a minute. His faith in the Lord never wavered, even in those last few weeks. Sorry for the long story, but this stitch was very near and dear to my heart, and I feel such a connection to Lincoln and his family. I will continue to pray for them each and every day. God bless little precious Lincoln and his family, and God bless you for allowing us to help. It was an honor and a privilege to do so. With much love, Donna. Donna did send me more pictures because I do think that she got it finished. Hold on. Yes, I will send you a picture as soon as I have the faith properly fitted. Okay, so I'm pretty sure, I don't have that printed off, but I'm pretty sure if I have it, I will insert that here for you to see that she got it all finished. And I love that she combined her son, and there's a picture of her son there too. Next we have Julie Mitchell. Julie messaged me in Etsy asking about PDFs and some different things and different patterns. And then she ended up showing me this quilt she made. She said, your fabric caught my eye when I was just learning how to quilt 10 years ago. It was my second quilt I ever finished, and it is a favorite of mine. Look at that. That was called Wintertime Friends, and for that to be her second quilt, that's pretty amazing, because those blocks going around that panel, central panel, oh, so good. Thank you, Julie, for letting me share that. So I'm gonna go on Instagram real quick because I want to say that there's some other goodies in there. Like people that tag me when they finish my things, they will tag me and it comes up in a different spot for me and mine. So this is Stitches with Andrew. Oh, look at Andrew stitching. Oh, it's so good. So this is from the Hello Spring book. Here's a close-up. Look at those perfect stitches. So pretty. Let's see if he says what he stitched on. He did a color conversion, yes. It's in the Hello Spring book. He called 4 weeks dye works in DMC plus 168, 930, and 932. And then we have Jolene Makes Stuff, and she finished Stitch Your Strawberries, which is also in the Hello Spring book. Whoops. Stitch Your Strawberries. Coco's Garden by Beth. I don't know how to say her name, but you can see it right there. Look how cute. Maybe I showed that last week. Maybe that's what it is. It looks really familiar. It looks so familiar. Oh, and she finished. I think I did show this last week. This is the freebie, I want to say, from last year's market. Hey friend, let's stitch. Look at that cute bag she made it into. That is her Instagram name, if you want to check it out. People are so talented. And then we have this one by Rocky Run Ranch. She does not have details, but look at her finish, how cute that is. So instead of making it into a basket, she just stitched it onto a basket. Or adhered it to a basket, I should say. And I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Oh, Cozy X Stitch. Maybe I have showed hers. I did post this on Instagram though. She finished Let Love Rain. It was so fun to watch her progress. So nice. So there you go. All right, now this one last thing before we go. Annie Burns, she reached out to me hoping I could help her, and I'm telling you right now, I can't. But I'm hoping that someone out there knows what to do in this situation. I'm going to be inserting pictures of her cross stitch that I don't know what happened or why this happened to her fabric, but it looks frightening to me. She said, hello there. I hope it's okay to reach out via email. I was looking for a cross stitch expert and came across your YouTube, having recognized your name from your beautiful patterns. I have been at a loss for how to handle an issue with this massive Starry Night cross stitch I've been working on since 2012. It's on linen, and I had no business buying this big of a pattern. I did not know at the time to start in the middle, and now the corner I started on is developing massive holes in the linen around the border of the stitches. Do you have a direction to point me in for finding a fix for this? I understand if you don't. I just figured I would take a stab in the dark. I have attached a picture of the situation. Thanks for any help you can give. So I told her I was so sorry that this is happening to her and that I have no solution, but I said I can show it on my Flosstube and hopefully somebody has some information. So I asked permission and she said, yes, please share it. So I'm going through pictures right now, as you can see the nightmare that she's in. I mean, look at all that work. So I'm really hoping and praying that someone out there can help her with a solution to fix that. I don't know. I don't understand how linen can disintegrate like that and start just falling away from the stitching. I don't know. But anyway, if you have any ideas of what we can do to help Annie out, that would be amazing. So leave them in the comments below, and then she will be checking the comments for any solutions. That is it, guys. I feel like there's something missing, but I think that was plenty. Thank you. Something else that went on recently is we drove to Plainwell, Michigan to deliver a trunk show to Stitching Bits and Bobs. They have a retreat. It went on, was it last? I think it was last weekend and the weekend before. So Friday that the retreat actually started, Kevin and I drove there. It's a 2.5 hour drive for us one way. And so it was just kind of lack of communication on both of our parts, and I forgot about the trunk show. And so by the time I realized that she needed it, we had to drive it there like right away. We originally, because I said, well, I can bring it right to the retreat, and she said, well, you know, the retreat will be going on and it will be busy. She said, just drop it off at the store, and then after the retreat is over Friday night, I can set it up myself. And I said, okay. So we went to the store, and Cam was there. Bobby was at the retreat. It's called Stitch Fest in Plainwell, Michigan. And I had never been there before. So I have a video of the store, and I also have a video of all the trunk shows that were at the retreat. So I went to the store, I dropped it off, talked to Cam for a bit, and then I walked around and did the video. I asked, of course, for permission, and he said yes. So I did the video, and I talked to some ladies that were there. And then she happened to call, and I said, well, you know, I forget. I think Cam said, do you want Teresa to come to the retreat for a minute to pop in? And she said, well, that's up to her. I mean, if she wants to make an appearance, that would be great. And so I thought, well, you know, let's go ahead and take the trunk show over there, and I can say hi and blah, blah, blah. So we drive over to the retreat. Retreat is like 2 minutes down the road, and we bring the trunk show in. That way she has it there and everything. And I go in and I talk to Bobby, say hi, and I'm saying hi to some other ladies there. And the table that my trunk show is supposed to be on is right there. It's just sitting there. But Bobby's busy because she is waiting on people that are purchasing things from the trunk show. And I'm like, I'm here. And all I brought was my Nashville releases. I didn't bring like tons and tons of things. So I'm like, it would take me all of 10 minutes to set this up for her. And I'm thinking, if I'm gonna do a trunk show, why not have it available the whole time, you know? So anyway, I asked Bobby, I said, do you mind if I set it up? She goes, that would be absolutely great. She said, don't feel like you have to, but yeah, if you want to. And I'm like, not a problem. I mean, Kevin and I didn't have anywhere we had to be that night, you know? So I set up the trunk show, and then I took, you know, did some video of the entire trunk show. It was quite impressive how many trunk show she had there. And you'll see that video at the end as well. And then she said, I'm going to make an announcement that you're here and people can come up and talk and stuff. So she introduced me, and that was really cool. And then, yeah, and so then we left, and Kevin and I went out to dinner, and we drove home. So our agreement was that I would bring it to her store, but she'd have to meet me halfway for me to pick it up. And she had agreed to that when we originally made the arrangement. So we are meeting this Thursday, because we switched our grandkid day. The grandkids come over on Wednesday now because Easton has lacrosse on Thursdays and blah, blah, blah. So Thursday, we are meeting in Williamston. And I got to get a hold of Chantel because I'm hoping to meet up with her a little bit while we're there. And we are meeting at the antique place because I need to go antiquing, and I've got to get a cupboard for my linen, you guys. I can't stand it anymore. And I have been, Mike's Antiques, I've been there twice, and they usually have a ton of these cabinets that I want. I see them there all the time, and now that I want one, they have none. But I did talk to the lady there, and she said that Mike is coming back from Florida. He winters down in Florida. So he's coming back like in a couple weeks. So like in another week, he'll be back, and she said things will start picking up and we'll get more stuff in. And I'm like, okay, cool. But in the meantime, I'm going to Williamston's Antiques and hopefully find something there to house all of my linen. So it'll be organized when I go to design, because I mean, if you saw how I have it, you would be appalled. So anyways, it was such a thrill and honor to have my trunk show there and to be able to talk to some of the ladies there. It's always a pleasure meeting stitchers, and yeah, so that was really fun. So that's a nice little surprise. At the end, you will see Stitching Bits and Bob's store, as well as Stitch Fest Retreat video, and I have a little blooper video in there as well. And then that's it. So anyway, I hope you enjoy that. Thank you for watching me today. I so appreciate you taking time out of your busy schedule to hang out with me a little bit, and I appreciate all your support and all your comments and everything, so just keep them coming, and don't forget, create every day. Bye now. Here I am. Good Lord. There we go. I think I'm ready.